Okay, you potheads, what's going on? It says in 2023, 7% of people 65 and over used marijuana in the last month. That was up from only 4.8% using it in 2021. What's going on here, guys? People are just toking and smoking all over the place. Hey, it's not me, I'll tell you that. As most of you know, I used to drink to go to sleep until about 5 years ago when I was still working. Stressful job. I would have a couple drinks before to bed every day to go to sleep. When I quit doing that, I thought, what if I try pot? Doesn't sit well with me. Ever since I was 18, when a friend of mine brought over a joint and he said, hey, happy birthday. It was my birthday party. I took a couple puffs. For the next 8 hours, everything was like a strobe light to me. It was like I was here, 15 seconds later I was there. I find out later it was laced with opium. Yeah, so ever since then, me and pot have been no-go. Makes me paranoid. So guys, I'm going to give you a bunch of stats here on marijuana use in older adults, including retirees. And I'll also give you 5 reasons why retirees use cannabis. So here's a bunch of stats for you. Increasingly in usage by older adults, marijuana is used by a lot of college-educated, high-income female retirees. Yeah, that's one of the biggest growing areas of people using marijuana. So you college professors, females, what's going on, man? Are you doing that like when you wake up in the morning, or is it like every night? I don't know. Who knows? Here's another one for you. Older adults that made 75% plus were the lowest prevalence of use in 2021. In 2023, they're the highest at 9%. So what are we doing? We're having these crazy, wacky, high-income parties for retirees and everyone's just, getting the water pipe out? What's going on? Hey, there's a lot of reasons that people do this, guys, right? Hey, and it's legal, too. In most states, it is legal. What's the stat here? Medical use is legal in 39 states. Usage grew 46% from 2021 to 2023. So we're talking a big increase, like let's say in the last 5 years especially, right? Older adults with 2 or more chronic diseases are more likely to use marijuana than those that are healthier. Makes sense, right? I mean, a lot of this you hear about is for helping with pain. That's a big thing. But for some people like me, who had a bad experience with it way back then, yeah, you got to be in the right mindset, right? Me, I get too paranoid. I can't touch this stuff. Other people, not so much. And especially if you have pain. If you have a lot of pain, for pain management, marijuana can be a good way to take care of that, right? So, 5 reasons why retirees use cannabis. And after that, I will get into the risks of using cannabis for older adults. Actually, let's go from the bottom to the top here. Out of the 5 reasons, 53% say it helps with their mood/mental health. Yeah, I've heard that a lot, And you think about it, guys, if you are having trouble with mental health, instead of, say, using some antidepressants, anti-anxiety, which might not be the best thing for you. For some, hey, if you need it, you need it. But wouldn't it be easier for some people just to take, marijuana for it? If it works for you, and if you do it in moderation, why not? 63% says, as we just talked about a couple minutes ago, it helps with their pain. Chronic pain, a lot of people in chronic pain, they go to marijuana. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, I see nothing wrong with any of this, just so you guys know, so I'm upfront about it. 64% say they use it to feel good. Okay. Now, there are tons of studies out there. Is marijuana use bad for you? Just like anything, I think, in moderation? No, probably not. If you abuse it, yes, of course, like anything, right? So if it's a choice between marijuana and heroin for you older adults, which one are you going to choose? Let's hope you choose the marijuana. 68% says it helps with their sleep. Again, what I tried 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I don't know what it was. When I quit drinking every night to go to sleep, I tried marijuana. But because of my past experience with it, it made me paranoid. Now, is that something that might have worked if I gave it more time? Yeah, I guess. But was it worth it? No, I'm okay without it. And 81% say they use marijuana to relax. Yeah, again, it makes sense, right? Anytime you're using any kind of mood-altering substance, I think the majority of people, they may have anxiety issues, right? They want to just relax, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. So the risks of using cannabis for older people. Number one, and I've got 7 risks. Number one, it can complicate the management of chronic disease. If you've been taking medications for your chronic illnesses, let's say you start inserting marijuana into the mix without a doctor's advice, Now, once in a while, yeah. Do you need a doctor to tell you yes or no? No. But if you're doing it all the time, yeah, I could see where that might be an issue. Number 2, it can change your heart rate. I know with me, that's one of the things that happened because it made me paranoid, because it made me anxious. My heart was going pop, 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 pop. And I remember back when I was 18, my friend is looking at me going, what the hell is going on with you, man? I was freaked, guys. I was freaked. And of course, yeah, if it's laced with opium and not just regular pot, you think that might have happened? Yeah. Number 3, it can change your blood pressure for some people. It's just like anything. Some people are affected, in different ways by different substances, right? This might not be you, but you might be one of those where it might change your blood pressure. Number 4, it can create breathing issues. Now, this is especially something that lately, not even lately, last 2, 3, 4 years, you've seen in the news for people that vape, okay? There can be some serious lung issues from that. So maybe depending on how you ingest the marijuana, obviously smoking it, but what if you're using a water pipe or something? Yeah, that could be an issue, right? Number 5. Now, especially for those of you who are, getting up there in years, it can slow down your coordination. Okay, an obvious one. If you're doing this, don't get behind the wheel and drive. Just like drinking, right? Same thing. Controlled substance. In some people, it's uncontrolled. Don't drive while doing this, but just coordination in general. I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have been drunk before. A lot of you have probably been very high before as well. Yeah, you're not reacting like that, right? So yeah, it can slow down your coordination. Number 6, it may give you trouble with your memory. And for those of you who are already, let's say, worried about senility, Alzheimer's, or just, old age, the older you get, it's easy to walk into a room and forget why you went in there, right? Memory can slow down with age. So if you are smoking the hooch on top of this, you think it might exacerbate that some? Yeah, maybe, right? Maybe. And number 7, again, it hurts your coordination. It slows it down, which means you are at a higher risk for falls, right? Think about it, guys. I mean, I'm noticing it already. A couple years ago, okay, I was pitching wiffle ball to my girlfriend's sister's son. He was like 8 or 9 years old. He hit the ball off to the left of me. Something I could have easily just quickly moved and caught it before, running a couple steps. I took one step and I fell down. Yeah, you get older, you don't have the coordination. So what comes with that? The risk of falls. If you're sitting there just toking up on a random Tuesday night watching rerun of Happy Days, and all of a sudden you start laughing, you get up, going to the restroom, and boom, you fall because you're too high. So if you guys are doing this, and hey, do what you want, man. My motto is do absolutely whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting anyone, right? Hey, you better be careful though with yourself. if you're getting up there, risk of falls. Also, if you fall, the older you get, the higher chance that it might hurt something. Not hurt, as in really injure you. As opposed to when you're 25 years old, you fall, boom, you bump your head, you're fine, right? So guys, there are some things you got to watch out for. If you're doing the smoky, every nighty. And as always, from the beautiful high desert where there is no smoke, there is no pot smoke in sight at all, we got this.